Hey guys, I'd like to play round one of a Battle for Zendikar draft, and I would like to play first. And this is a definite keep. We don't currently have a way to cash in our Tide Collar for value, but we have turn 3 Infiltrator, we can adverse conditions, and we have Windrider Patrol, so we have a lot going on. Lots of cards we'd like to see. We already have double blue. We do also want double white, of course, but so our opponent has mulliganed. One of the nice things about Halimar Tide Collar is, of course, we didn't get a clutch of currents, but it makes it better for you to cast your, like, if we get Royal Spout, let's say, I can cast that earlier without awakening it and still get a lot of value because I can get it back with our Tide Collar. So that's what's nice about having one early game, is it lets you cast spells without awakening if you want to. At this point, I think I just hold on to Sandstone Bridge because, well, no, I'm going to go ahead and play it. I don't want to endanger my ability to play Windrider Patrol in turn 5. I mean, I know I have some chances to draw lands, but next turn I won't be able to play the bridge either if I want to play my Infiltrator, and then it could create a domino effect. So we're just going to play our Sandstone Bridge and pass the turn. All right, Lava Step Raider card. I'm usually happy to see my opponent play because I don't find it to be particularly good. Okay, well, that's pretty nice. Goes well with our Benthic Infiltrator. Almost looks like we're in a different deck altogether, other than a Sandstone Bridge we have in play. But we'll play our Infiltrator. Next turn we probably play Ruination Guide. I'll play Halimar Tide Collar either when I have to, if I need a blocker or an attacker or whatever, or when I can get a card back with it. But if we draw another land, we can play our Windrider Patrol, and we really won't need to be playing it early for any reason. Okay, so we're going to drop our Ruination Guide now. I'll go ahead and play a land first. We're double white now, which is nice. We'll play our Ruination Guide. We want to play it main phase once, so we do an additional damage with our Benthic Infiltrator. He may just kill it, although, is there an instant speed way that red can kill? I'm not sure there is. I keep, there's Touch of the Void. And that's sorcery speed. I don't think there is. I think all the kill spells in red are sorceries, not instants. So we don't have to worry about it right now. Drop our opponent to 18. We ingest something. Hedron Archive. So our opponent may be in a ramp deck. So if we did, we hit a pretty juicy card for his deck. He would have been able to play his Archive this turn, which would have certainly been bad for us. All right, Whiptail 2. So far our opponent's card quality is not impressing me. This turn we probably just swing again with our Infiltrator. Ooh, Stasis Snare is nice. But there's nothing I'm super concerned about at this point. We're going to win the race at this rate. So we're going to swing with our Infiltrator. You could also swing with Ruination Guide, but I think it's worth keeping it around. Turning 1 unblockable damage into 2 unblockable damage is pretty significant, especially because we're about to put another creature that can fly out there. See what we ingest this time. Territorial Ballast. So our opponent's other color is green. It's one of the nice things about ingest is it gives you information sometimes that you would not have had otherwise. We'll play our Patrol. We can start really improving the quality of our draws, which have actually been pretty good so far anyway, but continue to give us good quality. Almost every time I've ever played a Windrider Patrol, it immediately dies. So we'll see if we can actually get a swing in with this one. We're going to take everything he swings with right here. He may swing with both of his creatures, hoping he can pump his Lava Step Raider. He can only pump it once, and it would die to either creature that blocked it. So I think I would just take it. If I block, I guess it forces him to pump mana into it. But both the creatures I have are valuable enough that I'm just happy taking either 5 or 7, whichever he decides to do to us. Because we can then swing back for 9. And we have Stasis Snare. And we have Adverse Conditions. So I feel pretty good about us winning this race. Opponent is stuck off of his green, which is... Oh, I think he's... I just noticed he said OMG. I don't know how long it's been there. All right, so we're going to swing with everybody. Not really a reason not to at this point. So we're going to attack with all creatures. Get some. Do some ingesting. So our dudes are definitely... Our guys that are processors are definitely going to have things to process in this game. So... All right, we hit a mountain. Then we're going to scry. Okay. 3, 4. I don't really want either of these, so... You know, we don't have mana yet for our 1/7 drop. We have mana for every other card. We just hit a forest, which I'm sure is frustrating. We're going to hold on to our Tide Collar. We can just use adverse conditions if we want to, or Stasis Snare and anything big he plays. We're probably not going to. We'll just take whatever he swings at us with. And if he somehow has a pump spell that's going to kill us, which seems highly unlikely in this format, I can Stasis Snare it in response. And if he doesn't play another creature, we will just use adverse conditions at the end of his turn and then Alpha Strike. Okay, well, our opponent scooped. All right. Royal Mage's Trick seems like it would be okay against this opponent. In our deck, it's always only going to be -2, -0. But the fact you can use it on offense and defense is nice. But we didn't really see enough of his deck to know. He also had some big fatties like Territorial Baloth, which it's not that good against. So he is in green, though. He could have Tajuru Warcaller, and he could have the Brood thingy, the 6 mana 3/3 Brood Monitor. That's what it's called, Brood thingy. Yeah. I don't think we want to put anything in that. I think our deck's fine as is. Our opponent's was as well, apparently. Okay, we got a turn 3 Benthic Infiltrator again, followed by Cloud Manta, followed by Ghostly Sentinel, which is pretty sweet. So we're going to keep... We're going to have to play our Sandstone Bridge turn 1, but I think I'm okay with that. So he got his green this time. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play the Sandstone Bridge now. There's no reason to sort of wait to play it when we want to be sure we can play Benthic Infiltrator on turn 3, Cloud Manta on turn 4, and Ghostly Sentinel on turn 5. I guess I could have waited to play it till turn 2, but we do have... Do we have any 2-drops? Yeah, we have Fortified Rampart, so it'd be nice to actually be able to play him if we draw him. Snapping Gnarlid. Okay, our opponent is going to begin the beatdown in earnest this game. So Fortified Rampart would be very good against him if we can get one. Stasis Snare, also nice. It's good against everyone, really. Our Infiltrator is actually a very good blocker, too, so it may end up being our Fortified Rampart here in the early going if we need it to be. And we can just leave it hanging back to block. So we're going to take 3 right now. If he plays a Valakut a Predator here, we're kind of sad. Probably have to use our Stasis Snare on it. Okay, Swell of Growth. So this is going to hurt a lot. We can't do anything about that. He's going to hit me for 7. So not the way I would usually suggest using Swell of Growth. But oh, it's only 6. I only get. I was thinking Valakut Predator. Oh, okay. Well, we know he's down to 2 cards now. He's going to hit us for 8 here, but we're still at 20, and he's down to 2 cards. So I think I feel pretty good about just throwing out our Benthic Infiltrator. Even if he somehow has 2 more Swells of Growths in his hand, it's not going to be enough to, he'd have to use them to kill our Benthic Infiltrator, and then he'd basically be out of a plan of any kind. So we're just going to play our Infiltrator who can block for now. We have Ondu Rising to help us get out of the situation. You know, after we play a couple Cloud Mantas, and we can gain a bunch of life. That'll be good. All right, Snapping Gnarlid goes up to a 3/3 here. I think we block it. If it makes him use up a combat trick or a spell, we're happy with that, considering he's down to 2 cards. So we will be blocking if he swings. Yeah, we'll block. No reason not to. And for now, I think because we're already at 12, we need to play a little defensively. All right, see? We are happy with that. He's down to 1 card. And we still have a lot of gas in our hand, and it is another creature, so he can hit us. We don't have a great blocker for that right this moment. Cliffside Lookout is interesting, but I think we just play Cloud Manta here. And I think we're perfectly okay trading Cloud Manta for Snapping Gnarlid at this point, if he wants to swing. Because we have so much more going on in our hand. Although maybe I shouldn't. It would definitely make a Ondu Rising next turn a lot more potent. We do need to draw a land to make that happen, but we would gain 7 and put a 4. Well, we need to draw. Never mind. We won't be able to swing if we Ondu Rising next turn, so I'm not sure that's what I want to be doing. Okay, he decided not to swing, which I'm okay with. Okay, Deathless Behemoth cannot cast you, which is annoying. I think we go on the become the aggressors here. Swing with our Cloud Manta and then play another Cloud Manta. We have the Stasis Snare for if we get in big trouble. If he plays some big scary creature. I mean, it can even deal with Emrakul, which... Not Emrakul, what is it? Ulamog. Which, if he plays it, we're probably still screwed because that's still a 3-for-1 because he'd kill both our Cloud Mantas or something. And yeah, so... Alright, well, that's probably what we want to use our Stasis Snare on. I feel like. I probably just take it if he swings now. He did not. Okay. Alright, a land. It's kind of tempting to hold on to it because of the ability to tap one of his guys down, but I think we want to play it so that we're closer to Ondu Rising. And we can play Ghostly Sentinel for sure next turn, and maybe Deathless Behemoth too. So I'm going to play this Cascade. We'll target that. It doesn't do anything, though. Opponent still has 1 card in his hand. He may have held onto a land to pump his dudes, but we will Stasis Snare the big one. What are the chances he has more tricks? Should I swing with both, dropping him to 11? I think I'm just going to go on the safe route and just swing with 1 Cloud Manta for now. I probably should have swung with both because I'm not planning on blocking either of these, and I'm planning on Stasis Snaring that. But, you know, I think we'll be okay. Being able to Ondu Rising next turn, like, we can do it anyway and gain 6, so that's actually pretty huge either way. I'd probably play Ghostly Sentinel first, but, you know, we'll see. If I drew a land, I'd probably play the Behemoth first. So, yeah. So our opponent is on 6 mana, which could mean scary things. Okay, we get to see what it means. All right. Well, since our opponent's doing that and we have a free 2-for-1, we're going to take it. Well, not free 2-for-1. That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? We will hit the Lifespring Druid with it. And... that's interesting. It's still got this part of the spell on it. I don't think it should have. It's not a huge deal, really, but... I don't know why he's not swinging with his Grove Rumbler. He can't block either of my creatures anyway, so it's kind of like... seems like maybe he should be. Okay, so I think we go with Ondu Rising here. It'll get us pretty far ahead. It's down to 2 cards, and there's nothing that could kill our dudes right now, so... I think we just go with Ondu Rising, and we make our Sands... we actually would rather make the Skyline Cascade into a dude instead. He may have Outnumber. He could have that, but it would only kill 1 thing, and we'd still gain a bunch of life. So I'm going with this. And we'll swing with everything. They all gain lifelink. So we gain 10 at most, and 7 probably at least, because he could outnumber one of my Cloud Mantas. All right, so he drops to 4. Or is he doing something? No. And we go back up to 22. And we've got Lethal in the air. Not to mention 2 pretty good cards in our hand in Ghostly Sentinel and Deathless Behemoth. So I was talking bad about those Cloud Mantas, but they've been pretty strong in this matchup. All right, another Grove Rumbler. But that leaves our opponent with 1 green untapped, so that does mean he's dead. He can hit us for 8 right now, but his hand's empty, and we've got Lethal pretty easily. All right, yep. Game 1 went pretty well. Our Cloud Mantas, which I was like, man, I hope I don't have to play more than one of these, proved me wrong, I guess, in that game. They were pretty vulnerable to something like Outnumber, whereas Courier Griffin would not have been, but and our Stasis Snare also came up big as well. So anyway, thanks for watching.